Charlie again for Open for Business. We are in Elkhart County, Bashor Children's Home, celebrating 100 years. And I'm excited to talk to our next guest here, Gary McRae, Program Director of Therapeutic Foster Care. How are you?
I am well, Charlie. Thank you for having me.
Give us a little of your backstory, how you came to be on staff here, because it started out more volunteer.
Well, it's a very interesting story, Charlie. For many years, I was in the RV industry, as many people are around here. But as I began to get a little older, I started to think I needed to do more with my life. I needed to be able to give back. So I returned to school, and I wanted to do something in the social field. So I started studying psychology, therapies, and all like that, and I ended up to be a social worker.
Talk about therapeutic foster care here for the young folks of Bashor Children's Home. What is that exactly, and how is it different from traditional foster care?
Well, just as the word implies, therapeutic, it means that you're learning therapy techniques and ideas and concepts behind that, so you can help kids to deal with the many, many challenges that they have in their life. And so what we do with therapeutic foster parents is we train them in those fields, those areas, so that they might have the tools in which to use to work with kids that we might place in their home.
What are some examples of how this can be a breakthrough for someone working with a young person who comes from a challenging background?
Well, if a person has the tools to use to work with the children, then they lose a lot of their fear, they gain more confidence in working with those kids. And they, working with us and along with the kids, they learn how to best help those kids.
What are the biggest challenges in today's world with young people?
The biggest challenges is trauma, stress that comes from trauma. And we're gonna see an increase with that as time goes on because things are becoming more complicated. Children of the day have a lot more to deal with than we did when we were in our age. The age of technology, everything is instantly at the touch of a finger, press a button, you have it. And that brings a lot of challenges along the way.
What does it mean to be a part of a tradition, 160 acres, facilities, staff, and young people that are transformed in a good way for the rest of their lives?
Charlie, it is such an honor for me to be here and to be a part of this. I feel like I am doing something special, something worthy, and it really amazes me that I'm even here. How did God bring me to be here? It just amazes me every day. Every day I come here, I'm glad to be here, to face all the challenges that I know are sure to be here.
And when you talk about all these young people, God's creation, all special, they come from adversity, situations they couldn't help. What does it mean to you to see the love within them and then the ability to help them in their future?
Charlie, it's truly emotional.
Yeah.
It's emotional. I mean, to know that things have happened to these children and that we are here to help them to work through that. Most people say, what's wrong with children? We here say, what happened to those children? What happened to them to make them turn out to be the way that they are? What are they dealing with that we don't know about? So it's just amazing to be a part of that.
And how can adults out there get more involved and get trained up in what you're doing with therapeutic foster care?
It's easier than you might think. All they have to do is contact us at bashor.org, and they can come in and we will tell them a little bit of the story in the same way that I was brought in.
Gary, some folks might be a little concerned about bringing in what, quote unquote, a troubled young person into foster care in their homes. What can you say to them about your experiences with that?
For one thing, Charlie, I will not sugarcoat the concern that they may have because it is real. But the thing that they should be aware of is that we're going to train them. And after that training, we're going to stand beside them in whatever way we can. We have 24/7 hours that we will be available for those people should they need us. So they have nothing to fear. They are not in this alone.
Well, some of the people out there, the Lord puts it on their heart, and then they just have to trust, don't they?
Just have to trust the Lord. He will not give you more than you can carry.
Well, Gary, it's been inspirational talking to you, and I'm sure it's impacted a lot of people about what's really important in life and the potential with these young people. And again, Bashor.org is the place to go. 100 years here at Bashor Children's Home.